Doing things with House of Korea. Doing things with House of Korea. Doing things with House of Korea. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Doing Things with House of Korea. I'm Carrie Ann, and this is our very special Angela. Ta-da-da. And today, Wednesday, we are focusing on self-care and wellness and DIY home beauty products.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here for Wellness Wednesdays. This is definitely my wheelhouse. So.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very much so. Andrew's here a few weeks ago for a DIY spa day, which was really fun. And I've been doing the baking soda lemon a little bit on my nose, and I'm loving it still.
That's awesome. I love that.
Are you still do you do that often?
Yeah, I do. I at least do the oatmeal honey one once a week. And then I still do the tea tree aloe pretty much every day because I'm still kind of blemishy right now.
Yeah.
Still living that quarantine junk life.
Exactly. That's real, right, though?
Just not enough water. I have so much time to drink water. Can we make this a thing? Can we hold each other accountable for water?
Ooh, a water accountability group.
I'm down. I will participate in that group chat.
Not a bad idea.
Right?
Not a bad idea.
Send me a meme to stay hydrated.
Those memes that are I'm just trying to drink water and I don't know, do things.
I'm just coffee is life. I wake up so late now that it's just coffee and then wine. But I have this thing. Use it.
That's a really cute water bottle. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, I got this. Vital Root Wellness, our babe Jess. Mm-hmm. When I work with her, she encouraged me to get a really good water bottle that I like.
So then you want to have it with you. Yeah. That's super smart, actually, to help you drink water.
Well, yeah, she's great. Hopefully, maybe she'll come on for a Wellness Wednesday. She's fantastic.
No.
She's a functional nutritionist. She's so great. I love working with her.
Yeah. No, I work with her as well, and she's amazing. Amazing. I no longer eat sour cream or that much dairy.
Right. Seriously. So today.
Yeah, what are we doing today, Anne?
Yeah. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make body butter. So different than lotion, but body butter, amazing. We're going to be using our shea butter base. So good. So what's the deal with body butter?
Yeah.
What's it? Why do we love it? Okay. So the first thing I ever cared about being organic and with no chemicals was lotions. I remember being 11 years old, did not come from
Go ahead.
household,
Go ahead of the curve.
From anything. And I would come home with natural body lotions and stuff and started telling my parents that it had gasoline in it. I wouldn't use regular lotions anymore. Just being,
I can just picture your dad, Papa Joe being okay.
How much was that essentially? How much does that cost? Because it really is true. So I feel we forget that our skin is our largest organ. Your skin is a living thing.
A lot of it.
Good to this baby.
Yeah.
So good. So I feel body butter is one of the most amazing wellness things that you can do for your skin. So body butter is comprised of two main things. One of them is a natural butter, which people use cocoa butter as well. Mm-hmm. But I really love the shea butter personally. It's super rich in vitamin E oil, which is one of the best things you can put on your skin. This comes from the nut of the African shea tree. So it's an all natural nut butter.
Cool. Yeah. Where did you get this? Did you just have this? Have you done
I ordered this off Amazon.
Okay.
So basically making my own lotion is something I've always wanted to do. I'm by no means an expert. I've done it a couple times right now. The recipe I'm going to show you today was my favorite one that I've done so far. And yeah,
I know making your own body butter does sound kind of intimidating in a way.
Totally. It's actually only 3 ingredients, really. You could even make it with 2.
Cool.
And I'll show you, like, you can have 2 things and make this. I mean, you do need to, I mean, shea butter isn't like something that people have, or like raw cocoa butter, but I got it off Amazon. No bigs, came in a couple of days. It was like $7.
Oh, that's not terrible at all.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my last batch today, but this made 3 batches, this tiny little thing. It goes a long way for sure.
Wow.
But yeah, but I've never had the time to do it. It's always something like one of those pipe dreams I've had where like I make my own lotions and soaps and things like that. Like that's definitely my kind
And look at you in quarantine, really thriving on your dreams here, making lotions. Have you made soap yet? Is that next?
So I feel like soap is a little more intimidating, but maybe now that I've done this, I'll feel
Baby
like
steps.
I can really do it.
Yeah.
I know, it sounds crazy. So, all right. So why body butter and not lotion? Body butter is just comprised of fats and butters. So you're going to use oils and butter. That's essentially
oils and butter.
Yeah, there's a lot of variations that you can use, which is why it is kind of a great quarantine thing, because if you have coconut oil and you get your butter, you can make this. I'm adding other things, but not necessary. But lotions have water in them. So that's the difference. There's some amount of water in a lotion. Which is fine for your skin too, but it doesn't have like the intense effect that body butter has. Like body butter literally rubs like butter into your skin.
Yeah.
It's so good for it. The shea butter like absorbs right in with all that vitamin E and A and just is so good for your skin.
Like great for your like elbows and like your heels.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Even like once or twice a week if you want to do like a whole thing right when you get out of the shower. Amazing.
Yeah.
And also the body butters have a longer shelf life. So especially since we're making it like organic, you know, we're not putting preservatives in it. So if you were to make your own lotion without preservatives, it may not stay as long. So like this will last you 6 months at least.
6 months. Great. Yeah.
So the shelf life is fun.
I know. I feel like I like get excited and I'll get a lotion and then I'll use it for a little bit and then I kind of just like stop. I don't have like a really good routine and I need to like, that's something I need to like put out in the world of like doing like, you know, like intentions of like better with lotion.
I sound like an infomercial, but shea butter is so good for you. If you want to talk about like people buy all this expensive anti-aging stuff, which I also do.
Yeah.
I also do that. But this is so intense. Like they use shea butter to actually, I'm not a doctor, okay? Disclaimer. But they do definitely use it like for stretch marks, scars. Like it will help your body heal itself, your skin heal itself.
It's shea butter because it has vitamin E in it, you said, right? Which is good for scars.
It's that nutrient rich. It's really
like if you're pregnant, right? And you're like putting that on your belly and stuff, would that be good? You know?
Yeah. Like this is
just help it at least.
This is gonna be gold. Especially if you suffer from eczema or anything like that.
Oh.
So good for stuff like that. Again, if you go to a dermatologist, do what they say to do, but this like definitely won't hurt. It's all natural. Definitely very good.
Yes. Yes. All right, I'm going to like hit up the comments really quick. Let's see what's happening.
Oh, have I made candles? That is also on my list. Candles. I feel like that's kind of on the same level.
Yeah. We were chatting with our friend Robin from our fellow indie brand world called Dash of Pep. And Dash of Pep is all about mental health and self-care, and their clothing brand. They're really awesome. And I was chatting with her the other day and I was like, you should come on with us. Like, this would be so perfect. And she's like, I've been making like scented candles actually. So she was like pretty jazzed about like doing that. So I'm like, yes, Robin, you should. So hopefully in the next Becca's on next week. Maybe the week after that, we'll get Robin on for candles for you guys.
I can't wait for Becca.
Oh my God.
She's like a wellness guru. So guys, definitely come in next week.
Yeah. We'll talk about that at the end, but we'll remember.
So should we start? What do you think?
Like butter, that's so long. Justine's like, sunglasses should be mandatory. Absolutely. we push for that. Yeah, summer's coming up definitely for your heels, Crystal. When did you guys swap out Carrie Ann for Farrah Fawcett? Thank you.
I know, her hair looks amazing today.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think let's go. Let's show me how to do this. I don't know. I want to know. I'm excited.
All right, so let me go through the ingredients that I'm going to use today.
Okay.
Okay, I got my shea butter. Ordered it from Amazon. Raw, so you can also get refined. That's okay too. So the shea butter has.
Yeah, can you hold that up so we can see what
nutty? Yeah, it's like a very nutty kind of like this way.
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So it's solid. So what we're doing is melt it down. Yeah. So I've definitely seen videos of people who get this and think like you can put it right on your skin. I mean, you can. I've had this sitting out since like 10 a.m. So it's a little softer.
Do you keep it in the fridge when you're not using it?
I do. Okay. Keep it in the fridge. Yeah. Totally keep it in the fridge. So then we've got our coconut oil. So you need a butter and you need a carrier oil is what they call it.
A carrier oil.
Right. So that's like the part 2 of this. So definitely coconut oil. I recommend it for today because I think it's something a lot of people have. But you could also use avocado oil, jojoba oil. You can definitely, really the oil, as long as it's a natural plant oil, is totally fine to use for this.
Plant oil. What kind of plant oils?
So you could do coconut oil, you could do jojoba or jojoba oil, you could do avocado oil. So like any of those kind of like natural organic, you want to do organic and cold press, right? Because you're putting this on your skin. So you definitely want to use like the best ingredients you can get. Today, personally, I am using a blend that was gifted to me. So this is a natural oil blend with coconut, grapeseed. Oh, you could also use grapeseed oil, apricot oil, that's fine. You could even use vitamin E in this too. So this is from Black Cat Witchery. It is like an infused oil that was gifted to me by
that's beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm going to use this infused oil. I'm just going to use the oil. I'm not going to use like any of the leaves or anything. So I'm just going to take it out. But I'm really excited to use this blend. This is kind of how I got the idea to make it because it's definitely like hard to get all of these oils, right? Like it's like a lot of oil. But if you just use plain coconut oil, you're going to get just as much nutrients. Coconut oil is great for your skin. The oil's job in this, the butter's job, right? That oil is going to create a really great natural barrier on your skin and make sure that you stay moisturized, which is the problem with some lotions, right? You put it on and then it like doesn't really do anything.
So it like helps keep the moisture in your skin.
Exactly.
Barrier. It's going to create cool.
a barrier of nutrients. That's going to be awesome.
Ooh, I love that. A barrier of nutrients. It's like your like armor.
And so I'm also going to be adding organic arrowroot powder to mine. So this is not a necessity to make this. This is just depends on how rich you want your body butter to be in the sense that I don't love feeling very oily after. Like definitely you're going to feel a little oily, right? You're putting fat and oil on your skin. It's going to be amazing. But this is definitely a personal preference thing where I just like mine to dry like a touch faster. So I'm adding the organic arrowroot. But you can also use tapioca starch here. An arrowroot is really just cornstarch that has no GMOs or anything. So while I wouldn't recommend using cornstarch, like just plain old cornstarch from the store, you could. That's just like your personal preference if you feel comfortable putting that on your body, but it's going to have the same effect. And then lastly, I have my essential oils, which again, you don't technically need. You could just do the natural shea butter scent. But
so this is just for scent preference, the essential oil.
The essential oil has, just for preference, just to make it sound good. Today I'm going to do, I think, orange and peppermint, which I'm pretty excited about. Yeah.
I love it. Karen just called me out on here because like I'm like super sensitive to smells and all like headaches. Yeah, you know this. You're always like, oh my God. Angela's the best about it. So I was like, are you okay? Can you handle this? Like someone is staging over there. Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm dying.
I know.
But Karen definitely just called me out for not being able to. She'd be like, I'm sitting next to you and you'd be like,
here.
Yeah, Karen's here. Sorry, go ahead.
Are we ready? We're ready to start.
Yeah. Thank you for taking me through all those ingredients.
Okay, so let me know if you guys can see if I need to move any of my things.
I think it's a pretty good view of your stove going on.
Awesome. Okay. So I've had I've had a pot of water. I've got about an inch of water in this pot, and I've had it slowly simmering the whole time we've been talking. So it's kind of at like a slow simmer right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if you guys can see.
No, you're good. I'll tell you. Oh, wait, are you showing us the counter now?
No.
Okay,
no.
Then you're good.
Just the stove. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is create a double boiler because our goal is to melt down the body butter or the shea butter. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to add our oil and they're going to heat up together super nice and melt together and just create this amazing skin tonic of body butter. So a double boiler is when you have a pot, I have about an inch of water in it, it's slowly simmering. And then I'm going to use a stainless steel bowl on top, but you could also use like a tempered glass bowl. You don't want to use anything that's going to shatter, obviously, super danger. Tempered glass or a bowl. You could also use, if you have like a tempered glass measuring cup, you could also just stick this right in the water too. So you could definitely use that as well if this is easier for you. And that's also easier in the end because we're going to put this in the fridge and then we're going to mix it with a hand mixer. So whatever makes those other two steps the easiest for you is the way to go. So we're going to go right in and add our shea butter to the bowl. Just like that.
So you used about how much shea butter?
I used about half of this container because I am making this for gifts. I've got like 15 of these little 2-ounce jars.
Oh, those jars are really cute.
Thanks. Yeah, I ordered these also from Amazon. It wasn't very expensive at all.
Are they black glass?
Glass. Yep, you're going to want to use glass for this for sure. All right, so we've got can you see our melting shea butter?
Sort of. I see like the tip of it.
Let me get it closer. Is that better?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay, yeah. So we've got that melting in. So now I'm going to add in our oil. At this point, you would add if you're doing an oil like coconut oil, I would recommend you use about a quarter of the amount of shea butter. So I would say I used about a half cup of shea butter. So I only want to put in about a quarter cup or less of oil. Really, the oil it's definitely important, but I like mine to be mostly shea butter. I like the texture better. So I'm going to take my dropper, since I'm using this. I'm going to add like 2 or 3 of these. Then I'm going to grab my whisk. I'm going to kind of start whisking. This is still melting a little bit. It's definitely starting to smell very good. You can definitely smell that like nutty shea butter smell. It smells very natural. It smells super good. Love it. The oil I used was infused with a little rose, so I can kind of smell that now too.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so why we're using the double boiler is important. You don't want to burn your oils and your butters. So this kind of just like very, very lightly melts it. I've got my stove on medium low. You don't want to put it up super high. You don't really want the water to boil. It's just not necessary. Like you're going to get the seam effect with it on low. Really, if you start simmering for a bit and then put your bowl on top and let it get warm, that's almost more important than having it up super high. This is body butter, not a race. We're we're just like, we're enjoying this process. Okay, so now my oils and butters are pretty infused. It's pretty melted. Can you guys see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. So it's completely melted now. And it doesn't look like a lot. I would say we've got like a half, maybe a little, like 3/4 of a cup here of liquid. And don't panic. That's the exact amount that you should have. A little is going to go a long way doing this. All right. So now we're going to turn our stove off. If you're using a bowl or your glass, it's going to be hot. So we're going to like very carefully take this off of the double boiler. Also, I definitely recommend turning your stove off first. This is fat and oil, so it is flammable. So you just want to like be aware of your stove being on and things like that. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take this off the heat and I'm going to put it in the fridge. You're going to let this sit in your fridge for about a half an hour to 40 minutes because you want it to become a solid. You want it to become almost like a balm texture.
Kind of like back to the state that the shea butter was almost?
A little bit, but I'll show you. I have a finished one already in my
Ooh.
TV magic. So let's just take this one off. We're going to put it in the fridge. Definitely cover it. Put some saran wrap on it. You're going to have some steam when you take it off, so just be careful. Careful not to drop it. All the careful things. You've got hot oil and butter in your hands. Okay, and we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way here. And now I'm bringing over my mixer. Oh my gosh, guys, so heavy.
You can do it.
Okay. All right.
Beautiful mixer.
Thank you. Yeah, the matte black was definitely the way to go here. Okay, so after about a half an hour, you're going to take out your body butter and it's going to look like this. I have it here in the bottom. As you can see, it's like a balm. Like I can take it in my hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ooh, that's great. Okay. And so now, take it out of the fridge. It's your balmy type of texture. Now is when we're going to add our essential oils. And if you're doing arrowroot powder, your arrowroot powder. So this one I made yesterday. This one is a lavender. I started making this yesterday. So I'm going to grab, I need to get my lavender essential oil from the bathroom. Hold on.
All right. We're going to watch your KitchenAid. Look at that KitchenAid. Beautiful form.
All right. So essential oil. Again, this is preference. The shea butter has its own natural scent. So my recommendation is about 20 to 30 drops, which I know sounds like a lot.
Wow.
A lot, but I promise you, it's not going to be that much. If you're sensitive to smell, do a little less. The great thing about the essential oil is if at the end, even after we whip it good, and you're like, this does not smell right, you can add the essential oil and then keep whipping it. So that's really like to your preference. So I've already added some to this. So I'm going to do a bunch of drops, just do this for a while. And again, this part is totally freeform. However, whatever you feel. Now for the arrowroot powder. Again, this is an optional ingredient. I'm going to do, I would say about a tablespoon is in like the 45 YouTube videos that I watched on the arrowroot, like a tablespoon, right? We're going to add some of that. And again, this is just to absorb some of the excess oil, just to make it a little bit faster of a dry. You can also use a hand mixer for this. Can't mix it by hand, but like a hand mixer, like an electric hand mixer.
Not like just a whisk. So you do need like an electric mixer.
Yeah, like a hand mixer, exactly.
Could you use a whisk if you're just like if you're real strong?
Yeah, it will. Yes. If you've ever been interested in churning butter, then that's going to really prepare these arms for that.
Butter has been an interest of yours, then here you go.
Yeah, like if you've ever wanted to know, like if you really want to do arm day, then yeah.
I mean, quarantine life, though.
Right? Like, yeah.
Sure, let's churn some butter.
But just like when you're baking a cake and making icing and stuff, you're not going to get that really whipped kind of texture that, we enjoy. So let's do this. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to turn my mixer on low at first. And so what's happening now is it's starting to whisk itself.
Watch me whip.
Yeah, like just watch me whip right now. What's happening?
AngeWhippingThings.com.
Yeah. Okay. So periodically you're going to turn off your mixer and you're going to kind of rework it in the bowl, make sure that it's all getting like mixed around.
Can you show us what the bowl looks like?
Yeah, I totally can.
Cool.
So as you can see, it's slightly started to whisk. The color is getting a little whiter. Eventually this is going to be white.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is just a matter of like some patience and some whisking.
Patience.
I'm gonna like get all this excess out because we want it to mix really well. I'm like scraping it off the bottom to kind of move it around. If you're like a baker in any way, it's just like making an icing or something, which is definitely also up my wheelhouse. I love making.
Oh, interesting comparison.
Yeah, it's actually gonna look kind of like buttercream frosting when you're done. Yeah, fun. All right, so I've got my tools. Doing this. All right, let's whisk more.
You whisk.
All right, I'm gonna turn it on high. Are you ready?
Do it. Yeah. Whisk away.
Oh wow.
I'll stay aware. Look at that thing go. Wow. Wow. The whisk dance. Is that your whisk dance?
Okay, so we still have more whisking to do, but as you can see, it's just like getting fluffier. Like the more we do, and we're getting more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this again, get it off all the sides. So it's a really nice texture. Like, let's talk about this. It's not.
Hold it still. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do like a test here. Oh yeah, the consistency is nice. The arrowroot powder is really nice. We're not done yet, but it's a really good texture right now. Yeah. And so this is definitely when you can test for scent. You can test, like, do you want more arrowroot powder? Like, is it still like a touch too oily for your preference? Now is when you can kind of tweak it.
Motion Sick asked if they can lick the bowl.
It's gonna taste really weird, but you could.
There you go.
It's natural and organic, and you definitely can. Oh yeah.
Do a little whip dance. Do 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 do.
It's looking really good, guys.
Work, 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 work. Let me see you mix, 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 mix.
So I think another 2 rounds of this is really going to do it. So now you can see the color is changing, if you can see.
Yeah.
It's getting white. It kind of has peaks in it. You know, like when you're baking, you get peaks when you've got like your right.
What do you mean by peak?
So peaks, so meaning when you're mixing it, you can see how it's kind of stiff in itself, right?
Like it has like those like whiskey lines?
Yeah, like
little mountain peaks.
Yeah, exactly. So that means that you're getting the right consistency. It's gonna be really nice and like luscious and
that was your 3rd time now, correct?
Yes, that was my 3rd time.
third go round on the mix.
Yeah. And so I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I'm going to get the edges. We're going to get the edges, make sure it's all like mixed down. And now it's really starting to look like a body butter you would buy in the store, which is awesome.
The goal is here, right?
Yeah.
We're making our own here.
Yeah. And I would say between everything, so I ordered the containers, but I'm doing gifts. But I mean, if it was just
for
me,
Mother's Day, right? You're like doing like no contact drop off little gifts for people.
Yeah. And so if I was doing this myself, I would probably just put it in like a mason jar or just like an airtight container of some kind.
Like for your home.
Yeah, like if I was doing it for myself. So that wouldn't even cost anything.
So, and what would you say your all-in cost was for the ingredients?
So
without the jars and then with the jars, maybe.
So the coconut oil, I actually did buy the first time the coconut oil, but I've needed it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like $7. The shea butter was about $8 from Amazon. The arrowroot starch was $2.99, so $3. I have the essential oils. So I would say if you bought everything, so say if you had to buy it, all of the supplies would probably cost you $20 to $30, depending on what your, like how organic you go, you know, like the quality of your essential oils, but like $20 to $30. So if you're doing this for gifts, it's a pretty good deal. Like, especially if you're giving it to, like I have 15 of these.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's gifts for 15 people. So that's what, $2 a gift. So.
And like when we're at markets and stuff, like how much do you think you'd pay for like?
Oh my God. At least $12 or $14.
Very cool.
I've definitely paid like $12 for.
And do you think you're going to be able to fill up all 15 with what you just made, or do you think like?
I'm not sure. This is my first time making a big batch. I think the longer that I whip this, the more I'm getting. So if I sit here and whip this for like a solid half an hour, which I'm not going to do here, but if I did, I would definitely get more. It's just.
I'd say we got a solid 10 more minutes of whipping if you're into it.
All right.
All right. Well, back to whipping.
You guys just want to watch me whip.
And then after that, you still have your coconut oil now. You still have your arrowroot. Like, if you buy another round of shea and, like, your essential oils, like, you can make a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a ton of essential oil. I mean, even the 30 drops that I used for this, which I've had this essential oil for a bit, there's still 75% left. Like,
wow.
It sounds like a lot, but it's really
It
not.
does when you're like 30. I'm like, there goes the bottle.
No.
Put the bottle in there.
Because it comes out in those little drops.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that is definitely worth it, Shayna. Hi, Shayna.
Shayna. No, it's definitely, yeah, Shayna, you're going to get one of these, you height. It's definitely, oh yeah, look at that consistency. I'm going to show you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So from that like balmy kind of mess.
And it's all in the whipping.
Yes. It's
all in the whipping here.
Right. Which is why my fear, if you use just a regular whisk, man, you've got to have some fast arms, man.
Yo, I get it now. I get it. If you're into churning butter, if that's your thing.
Yeah. Like
a
workout. So I'm going to do one more round on here, and then I'm going to put it in my little jar. I honestly, I may find out that it's not enough, but I mean, I'm learning this too. This is like my second batch of like full body butter. And then I've also got the one that I just made that's in the fridge. So.
Right. So that'll be double. And that was basically that half of the shea butter was that batch in the fridge.
If you're going to make this in bulk, I would definitely recommend 2 of these. I think that's what I'm finding out today, is that 2 of these would make like a very big batch, enough for bottling. All right, one last whip.
And then you can get all cute with your little containers too. You can make a sticker. You could decoupage it like we did with the lighters. You could paint them. Get real cute with your branding and your packaging here.
Okay. We definitely got a nice consistency there. I'm very excited. Yeah. I will probably whip this a little more after you guys go, but.
No, go for another whip. Go for it.
Yeah, we have time for another whip.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, go for it. You probably have like 2 more whips in you.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
And this is like whip number. So how you do have to stop it every once in a while. So this is like your 5th one or so. You do have to stop it and like get the edges.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because some, like, there's still little pieces in here that kind of look like a bomb.
Yeah.
Which we want everything to look like a nice whipped lotion.
And center us over to your mixer too.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Okay. And we're off.
Off to the races. Oh, on high too. Yeah, I can see why you would want a mixer for this.
I do want to lick it. It's very tricky.
I want to lick it as well. It looks very yummy. Lavender is what you put in, right?
Right.
How does it smell, like, with the 30? Is it very fragrant, or?
It's definitely fragrant.
Yeah.
It's definitely very fragrant. So maybe take it down to 20 for you. But again, you could do no scent until you get to the very end and everything technically whipped. Then you could add in your essential oil and do it at that point.
And like gradually put it in if scent's an issue for you. That's good to know. Like, you don't have to do that step in the beginning. You can do that later as well.
Right. So I'm even going to add a little bit more arrowroot to mine.
Is it still like oily a little?
A touch. Just like for my preference. But again, the whole point of this, right, it's a body butter. It's supposed to be very luxe. The name is butter. It does go into your skin like that. And even the first arm that I did, it's still so soft and like luscious and like smooth. All right. And one more whip.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it does look good.
And this is like, they really, if you had it all in time if you have the stuff for Mother's Day, like, great for Mother's Day coming up on Sunday for everybody, in case you don't know what day it is. It's just a Groundhog Day. Mother's Day is Sunday.
Right? Like, it's so weird to have a holiday in all of this.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, guys. Wow. Okay, I'm going to bring this over to you guys so you can see. So I have to admit, it did not make as much as I thought, but I'm still like extremely happy with the quality of this. Like, this looks like a legitimate lotion. Like, we just made a butter.
That looks
like a lotion butter.
Lovely. Hold it up a little, right there. Hold it there. Let's do a slow turn. Let's really look at this. Oh yeah.
And it's got that great consistency. Like,
that looks great, Ange. Looks really great.
Thanks. And so when you use this, you only need like a dime-sized amount. You do not need a lot. So I would say in this 2 ounce, this would last someone like months. This
honestly, and like I just said before, I'm not the person to actually even rationalize this, but like, I have one from a few years ago that was about that big, like a coconut body butter type thing, and I still have it.
Yeah. So we see, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's really nice. And it's definitely like oily. It's great, but like oily in a good way where I feel like my skin is just so nourished right now.
Yeah, you feel like really nourished.
Yeah.
I mean, and like the amount that we're washing our hands right now and like using hand sanitizer, like you got to give back to your skin right now, right? Like you got to like put that moisture back in for your largest organ.
Or big organ.
Big organ.
Big organ. And I just did my entire, I probably would have done my entire arm with that teensy tiny little pea-sized amount. So, and because there's no water in this can last you months. Like this is going to last you a long time. So, yeah, we did it. We made it.
How do you just scoop it out and put it in the bottle?
Yeah, I'm going to keep whipping mine a little more.
Okay.
After this, but yeah, you can just scoop it in. I actually have I have one of these that I'm going to use, like one of these little.
Oh, do you have one of those to give to everybody?
I don't.
Sorry,
guys. For everyone. It only came with like 5 or 6.
That's funny.
So, but really like, just put it on your finger. You're okay.
Yeah.
And also when you are putting it into the jar, like I'm going to wear gloves. You want to have as little like bacteria or anything, like this is still a beauty product. So you want to keep it clean. You want to keep it sterile.
Make sure you wash your hands before you stick your hands in there.
Exactly.
I mean, your hands should be clean right now anyways, so.
They definitely are. My God.
Like a popsicle stick, a little spoon if you wanted.
Yeah. So let me show you guys what it looks like in here. It does look delicious. Like it really looks like some.
It looks great. How many jars do you think that'll fill?
I think this one's 2 jars. So yeah. I definitely underestimated how much I would get. But again, we're learning.
Yeah.
And you can buy bigger tubs of this. Like I got this because this was the first time I was doing it. You can buy this by the pound.
How much is that? How many ounces?
This is.
Okay. So wait.
It actually doesn't say.
Wild.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I mean, I'm sure it did when I bought it. But this is about, I would say it's about like a cup's worth. So. The shea butter doesn't expire as long as you keep it in a cool place. You can keep it forever.
That's cool.
So that's good to know. If you do want to do this for a gift and you are buying in bulk, like you can
you buy like a large amount, that's okay. It's not going to go bad.
I might.
Fire.
But I've like done it. I seriously might.
That's really cool. Okay, can you take us through the ingredients one more time?
Yes. So we've got our natural butter. I'm using shea butter. You could also use like a cocoa butter. I have my oil. You could definitely use a coconut oil. You could also use grapeseed oil, apricot oil, avocado oil, vitamin E, any kind of natural oil. I personally added arrowroot powder starch, which you could also use tapioca.
And that's on preference on the oiliness, like not necessary preference.
You don't need that. So I would say if you were going to not use the arrowroot, just add like a touch of that oil. It's going to go a long way, especially if you're doing the double boiling part and you're whisking it all together, it's all going to get incorporated. Because even the shea butter itself has like is just like so nourishing. So even if you go like very light on the oil, you're still going to get a really good result. Yeah. And then I added essential oils. Yeah. And that's it.
And then a container to keep it in. Boom. Shea butter.
Right? It's really not
body butter.
It's definitely not as hard as it seems, right? Like most things. But it definitely, I've learned, this is the 3rd time I've done it, takes a little trial and error. As we saw, didn't have enough, but I finally really got, in this batch, I have to say my smell and my consistency were the best.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that.
Look at you. Yeah. And like, don't be intimidated by it. Like, it was actually...
Right? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like you could have made this?
I would have to be churning butter because I do not own an electric mixer.
You guys, I have to say, this is like my old married lady thing. You don't have to get a KitchenAid.
I don't have space for a KitchenAid.
I know. I have also, or like you could also use an immersion blender. If that's more like friendly for you, use an immersion blender. So like at the very beginning, I mentioned that you could use a measuring cup in your double boiler. Like you could just stick this thing in the boiling water and then use your immersion blender in here.
Oh.
And that would also do the same thing. You just need like maximum whippage. So
all the whipping.
Yeah.
To get that body butter, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. Honestly, perfect amount of arrowroot powder. I'm super happy. That dried fairly quickly.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. And my skin, thanks. My skin has like a really healthy sheen to it, but it's not at all.
Look at you. You're glowing.
Oily. I know. I feel glowy. Smell good.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Angela, for taking time and showing us how to make this. This was really great. Really, really great. You did awesome.
You guys try to make this yourselves, and if you do, definitely tag House of Correia, and I'll repost you.
Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you for joining us on our first Wellness Wednesday over here. We made shea butter, body butter with Ange. We are back tomorrow with Sydney Hawes, and we are making a really cool pop-up Mother's Day card using paper flowers that we make. So we're back tomorrow at 1:00, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Carrie Ann.
I'm Ange.
We're at House of Correia. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys.